fine. So I'm opening... Should we open all of them at once or just down the list?
We should just do, like,
Down
5.
the list.
We
So,
have
yeah, down the list.
8? 8.
Wait,
We
pick
We
it
do have
random.
quite a bit.
Draw them out of the hat. Draw.
Okay, wait,
Wait.
hang on. I'm gonna ask Alex. Hang on, shut up.
No, I have
Alexa,
that power too.
Pick a number between 1 and 8.
Your random number between 1 and 8 is 5.
Number 5.
Ooh, 5.
2,
Which
3,
one is that?
4. Flowers, crystals, and lost memories.
Oh no.
Okay, let's all open it up and
what that
I
says.
guess play our characters. I
Oh,
don't
fuck.
freaking know.
No,
Oh,
I don't care.
God.
Nope, shut up. Alexa, shut up. Shut up. Shut up.
I heard a cat.
I'm gonna
my
deafen myself at this point, so if I don't make a sound, that's the reason why.
Okay. Oh, he's dead now.
Creator
Helen
chose
Keller-
not to use archive warnings. What does that mean?
You don't need to know.
I probably did something fucked up.
Well, no. They chose not to use them because none apply, I guess.
Okay, we
And
should
that's
just
right
read.
after it, so it's not.
We should just read a few paragraphs
Alright.
because
There
we
are-
have
this
we
one's
have
in
lives to
progress.
live.
I forgot this one's in progress. It says so in the
You-
bottom.
You guys got this on link?
I have it open. Yeah, I'm at chapter 1, the
cannot-
beginning.
I cannot open it. I have to log in. Hang on. Let's see if that fixes it. Hang on. Oh, fuck's sake.
Yeah.
Go there.
Can I be the narrator?
There we go. If you want.
Oh wait, should we
Be
just do
whoever
like
you want to be.
we should just read like different paragraphs, right?
No.
That
don't
makes
do
more
that.
sense.
This
No?
shit's-
Okay.
It's not that
No.
long.
No,
Okay,
no
when should I
popcorn
start?
reading.
The first
When
chapter's
should I
not
start?
too hella long, and there's only 4 of us reading, right? Ready? You reading?
Oh, yes.
Dread, are you reading?
What's going on?
Are you reading the
Okay,
fanfic?
that's a no.
That's a no then.
No, I'm not even paying attention to it.
So it's just 3 of us reading then. Okay.
Okay. Okay, I'll go first, and then which of you two wants to go after me?
There's 4 chapters. Who wants to go the second chapter?
I can't see anything that we're looking at. So.
Oh, hang on.
Wait, can we just do
How-
the first chapter?
Hang on. He can't see it. Hang on. Me and what the fuck is this? Okay, let's see here.
Notes. Lamau, not my first story flopping. I don't know if I'll continue it, to be honest. Didn't go anywhere. But I wanted to make a fic about my
What the
ghost
fuck are you
character,
reading?
Nessie. I'm reading the notes. Brianna
Don't.
Jones is not my character. My friend on Discord gave me permission to use her for the story. Anyways, CW for this chapter. Screaming, crying, burn-skinned, and warped sounds. I hope you all have a nice day. Hydrate and eat.
What?
Okay,
Made
thanks.
changes. Okay, so
And
Kiyoshi's reading
screenshot
first.
this.
Kiyoshi, are you gonna read the first chapter of Flowers, Crystals, and Lost Memories by whatever the fuck that name is?
Who wrote this? Okay, yes. Soriosi. Okay. You ready, nerds?
Roses.
Oh god,
Maybe, I
I'll
don't
never
know.
be ready, but just go for it.
Being honest, Jones wasn't scared. Suspicious? Yes. Scared? What kind of wimp do you take her for? Of course, dealing with something with an emotion so powerful its distress and pain could breach the barrier of the house makes...
Wait, could breach the barrier the house makes.
Oh god.
Of course, dealing with something with an emotion so powerful its distress and pain could breach the barrier the house makes is always a little off-putting. But it makes it only I can't. But it only made her want to discover what was wrong with the ghost that had everybody so shaken up even more. And now Brianna stands at the house door looking up at the looming building. Her van stood proud a little ways down the road, just far enough so that it wouldn't take her too long to do this trips of things she needed. Frick. The house was painted. Shut up.
Wait,
The house
are we
was
allowed to
painted
shit on these characters at all? Or...
Do it.
Yeah.
Fucking
Can
do
we
it.
like be
No
a peanut
mercy.
gallery?
Yeah.
All right. All right, we can tear apart these characters.
Do it.
It's just like
Okay.
watching anime with my sister. All right.
All right. The house was painted a sad gray, the people who did its job feeling it suited the vibe everybody got when just standing too close or looking too long. She can hear it, albeit faint. The broken screams mixed with anguished walls muffled by the strong force trying to keep it hidden.
Can you read that again,
Hmm?
please?
Yeah, sure.
You said it wrong.
You broke up there. I don't know what's
Broken
happening. Anyway.
screams Mixed with the
Got very
anguished
quiet.
walls, muffled
Am
by
I
the
still here?
strong
Whoa.
force trying to keep it
Oh.
hidden, is what you
It
said.
looks like L in my browser.
Oh my
She
god.
can hear it, albeit faint. The broken screams mixed with the anguished wails muffled by the strong force trying to keep it hidden. Is that better?
Yes, thank you.
Even this quiet, you could hear the raw emotion and anger laced into each and every belted out shriek that ripped its way from the old building.
Just
People
like the
say it's been
audience.
going. Sure, man. People say it's been going on for years, these sounds. They've been trying to get rid of the supernatural being for 19 years, and each and every time they failed. For 19 years. It
I think-
surprised her.
This is shitty.
I think the problem is they don't turn on the lights and bully the shit out of the ghost.
Yeah.
Also, did you know you're reading it wrong?
Hmm?
Italicization means emphasis.
For 19 years.
There you go.
It surprised her.
If
And
it's
now
an
they're
entire
desperate enough to.
sentence, shut up. If it's an entire sentence, it's impossible. So you'll need to read ahead just a touch.
Okay.
God, fan
This is how
fiction just
archive
has
works.
weird.
Could you let me read, please?
No.
We gotta shit
a-
on the characters too. Just remember, shit on everything.
Shit on
It
your
surprised her, and now they're desperate enough to get rid of this guy. Amnesia was its name. That they let a minor girl figure. Let me read that again. and now they're desperate enough to get rid of this guy. Amnesia was his name. That they'd let a minor girl figure it out. Sighing to herself, she placed a gloved hand on the doorknob. It was night, the moon shining down on the world, which made it all the more eerie. Jones could feel the curious eye of civilians from their windows, nervous to see what would happen.
Singular.
She stood there for a moment. Shut up.
Wait, hold up. So
Civilians from their
they're
windows.
sending a minor into this.
Yeah, they're sending like a 4-year-old into this
They're
haunted
so
mansion.
fucking desperate, they'd send the 4-year-old.
Pedo, call the police!
She stood there for a moment, shivering a little as the chill the ghost created seeped into her glove. Hardly.
What the
Okay,
fuck?
I'm reading it
Yeah.
again because I suck at
Yeah,
reading.
definitely
Wait, that was
pedophile.
She stood there for a moment, shivering a little as the chill.
You want to try that again? Do it slowly. Do it slowly. You're learning how to read again.
So what are you guys fucking calling me?
I'm not
Huh?
calling you
Not
anything.
you.
We're reading
No,
fan
we're
fiction.
reading this
I'm screaming
fucking piece of shit story
Look at
about
it.
a
Yeah.
pedophile ghost.
And a minor.
Oh,
She stood there for a moment, shivering a little as the chill the ghost created seeped into her glove, if hardly there.
You did it. Oh my
Okay.
god. Can we get a round of applause for Kiyoshi?
Yeah,
Congratulations.
good for me,
man.
everyone.
You actually finished the sentence without stumbling.
This is
Up
far
the
scarier
stairs,
than
down
any
the
round
hall,
that we've
take a
ever done.
turn door to the right. Take a turn door to the right.
There's
Take
supposed
a
to be
turn
door to
I
the
know
right.
there's supposed to
Wait,
be a
did they
comma
How
mean-
the
after
tables
turn.
Yeah,
turn,
I was about to
tables
say-
turned.
Did they mean take a turn, comma, door to the right?
Oh wait, I
Okay,
think it's
anyway.
up the stairs, comma, down the hall, comma, take a turn, comma, door to the right. Period.
Okay.
How the table turns,
How the
turntables.
turn door right turn table hall turntables. Zion, can you animate this whole episode?
I don't think I have
Yes,
enough strength
please.
in myself, but I'll certainly try. It's all of
Okay.
us sitting around a table.
Reading a piece of
Reading
shit
this
book that we
shittiest
find in a haunted
I
house.
have like an ASMR mic in front of me.
This is inside one of the fucking Phasmo houses, and we find this under the ghost's bed.
We're just sitting under the bed reading this.
Yeah.
Yes,
She told herself
this is
before-
during a hunt or some shit.
Yeah, they're just reading a whole book Well, it's okay. Well, it's so boring. Well, you might as well read a book while it's trying to kill us. And then they die.
Don't worry,
She
it's a
told
shade.
herself. She she told herself before opening the door and stepping in. As soon as it closed, she could feel the force the ghost used in order to let out these shrill sounds. It made her ears ring and her eyes water as she stumbled, hands clamped over her ears in a futile attempt at shutting out the screams it let out. That was a long sentence.
That was too many words. It let out shouldn't
Yeah.
be in that sentence.
Holy crap.
Jeez.
These people need to learn how to write.
Half
Well, it's
of
actually
them are
really good.
actual-
The
It's
writing
good.
is actually really good. It's just the punctuation is not.
Yeah, grammar,
Everything is
grammar
good.
and shit. We
No, the
need to be
grammar's
grammar
good.
Yeah,
Nazis.
italicization is good. Also,
Yeah.
I don't think I'm saying that
I
right.
wasn't paying attention to that.
You should.
I think you're right.
You
Yeah,
should.
It was as
I'm
if somebody
probably
was getting.
being a little
Can I
too.
read the
You
freaking?
cannot.
No.
I know this is the point of
It
this,
was
but
as
you
if.
cannot.
Okay. Here's what I'm gonna do.
No,
Since
no,
you
no,
won't let me
don't.
read.
No. I promise I'll be
Keep
good.
going, keep going, keep going. We'll shut up.
Okay.
Just might throw a remark in here and there.
It was as if somebody was getting brutally stabbed over and over, but never dying, stuck with eternal pain. And hell, maybe that's what had. I can't freaking. And hell, maybe that's what had happened. That's what had happened. That's what had. I'm just gonna roll with it. And she'd believed it if she hadn't already found out he was burned alive. Maybe that's why the screaming was so guttural. With shaking hands, she slowly pushed herself away from the wall she leaned on, wincing harshly at the sudden piercing. Shut the. Wincing harshly at the sudden piercing of sound in her eardrums when they were no longer haphazardly protected. It hurt so bad. The screaming was so loud and it never stopped, despite the audible scratchiness of the ghost's voice. But she couldn't stop, not now. So she plowed on, hands balled into tight fists, shaking with the need to turn and run out of the house where she couldn't hear these heart-wrenching sobs and shrieks anymore. But she didn't. She
Gasp.
trudged up the creaking stairs down the hall, no matter the volume that kept increasing. And then it stopped. Brianna could almost cry, and with relief and pain. Her ears were ringing to the point if she slapped the wall, she wouldn't be able to hear it. So staggering towards with bated breath, she almost missed the hoarse sounds of someone trying to scream, but with
Turn it again.
Man, I wish this
Yeah.
was on like a Friday or something, then I could drink.
Yeah, and then I would not have to stop. But being unable to had it not been in the room 20 or so steps instead, she remembered the neighbor next door told her this. Sometimes it stops, and it's like he can't scream anymore, like his voice died out. After days of nothing but screaming, he always does it again. Always screams, they'd said sadly. I wish he'd died a better death. He didn't deserve to be burned alive.
No, he
Shuddering at
deserved worse. He deserved bleach in the eyes. A
Probably,
fucking knife 1,000 degrees up the ass.
Oh.
it's those 1,000-degree knife videos from 2014 coming back to haunt this guy.
Yep. He's the one that made him. This is where he went. Hell.
Shuddering at the last bit of her memory, she looked at the door she was supposed to open. It was still run down, hardly on the hinges, because nobody could touch it. They said it had been so cold it felt like frostbite itself. There we go. With newfound strength, she jogged forward, panting in front of the door. Already, Jones could feel the cold wafting from both the wooden slab and the room itself, her ears straining to catch raspy wisps of a voice trying to speak again. This is a tongue twister, man.
Those wascals.
Those wascals trying to take my wasky wisps. Sounds like a cereal. Like a ghost cereal. Her ears straining to catch raspy wisps of a voice trying to shriek again. Then it started up again. With her being so close to the source, she almost screamed with the ghost because it was just... What?
So goddamn loud. No.
Instead, she grabbed the rusted knob and flung the door open, the screams cutting off abruptly as it happened. Brianna wanted to shiver, to leave. It was so cold in that room, and in front of her stood a tall man with dirty brown hair. And in front of her stood a tall man with dirty brown hair and brown eyes that twisted into a blue at the bottom of the iris. From what she could see, she had a simple hoodie and jeans. It means they're
She
mostly
had on a
brown,
simple
but it has
hoodie
some
and
blue.
jeans? She had a simple hoodie?
Oh,
I'm sorry.
No,
from what she could
Who are you
see,
talking
describing
about?
the
he
ghost.
had a
I got
simple
that.
hoodie and jeans.
All right.
My
But-
voice is so deep it's shaking my it's vibrating my chair.
But I'm talking about like the eye thing. It's fuck?
It's
Who
like
has those
brown
kind
eyes.
of fucking eyes?
I don't know, people who are dumb, who
heterochromia.
burnt who
Split heterochromia.
I guess so.
It's an eye thing.
See? Yeah, I know. See, Brianna Jones had a little knack for seeing things other couldn't. With her pale blue eyes looking
Other
almost
couldn't.
blind, she could, well, see the paranormal. It got annoying because dead people were everywhere, but eventually she started using it to get rid of hauntings after studying ghosts, demons, poltergeist, and many other supernatural beings. I'm going to turn my light on.
Singular
I mean,
poltergeist.
if
Just
you're
one.
good at something,
Yeah.
get paid for it.
Singular poltergeist.
I actually
Ghosts?
I could be getting paid for this. That's actually my dream to get paid for this. Okay, I'm gonna turn my
Reading
light on.
fan
I'll be back.
fiction.
So it's
Karen,
ghosts,
is it?
demons, poltergeist, and other supernatural beings.
All right. From this story, what can we tell about this ghost? What kind of ghost is it, or are they just
One of
bullshitting
them
us?
likes to fucking scream. Holy shit.
Well, it has
Freezing temps.
legs, so it's not a
It's got
wraith.
freezing temps. It's got freezing
It does. It does. It does.
Freezing temps. Did they say anything about orbs?
No.
Oh, he does have
had-
heterochromia.
You weren't listening?
In the next paragraph I'm gonna leave. I
Okay.
wasn't there.
Fucking-
And this one, well, she couldn't tell what he was. His body was like somebody took a picture, put him in Photoshop, and blurred everything except his heterochromic eyes and his heterochromatic.
Heterochromatic.
Put him in Photoshop and blurred everything except his heterochromatic eyes.
Hetero cranberry.
Shut up. Let me keep going. Eyes and his grayed out hands, his fingers ending in an ombre of black. An ombre?
Amber.
His fingers ending in an ombre of black. So this is who's been keeping people awake. I didn't
That
realize that was the girl
bastard.
before I started reading it.
All he's been doing is keeping people's feet to keep them awake in the house.
Somebody summoned the goddamn demon in my room.
Zion, can you
Shit.
read the italics at the end of this paragraph?
So
Do you want to play this character? So I'm not reading. She was snapped out of her thoughts when
I'm
she
not
started
done.
crying again. Okay,
Shit's
well, I'm
beeping in the
sorry.
room. I'm getting spooked. So this
It's
is who's
fine.
been keeping people awake.
She was snapped out of her thoughts when he started crying again, pacing the room and repeating something along the lines of, "You have to wait, wait, wait,
This isn't your home.
wait. I want Xander to read this because this is the guy. This is the guy.
Where is it? Blue.
I'm
cold blue?
highlighting it.
I will do this.
Oh, all right. Okay, I'm looking way further down on the screen.
No, shut up.
You have. All right.
You have to leave. You can't be here. Don't! This isn't your home.
And many other frightened things that she could probably worry about. She should probably worry about,
Hey.
she said, keeping her tone soft, smiling when he froze and looked at her.
It's okay. I'm here to make it all better so you can go to heaven.
Brianna emphasized her point by raising her hands, palms facing the ceiling.
You know heaven, right? That's where you go when you die. That's where I'm gonna help you go.
Instead of comforting the ghost like she'd intended to do, his face suddenly wasn't blurred anymore, instead crystal clear as his teeth seemed thicker and much sharper than before as something akin to a glitched snarl tore itself from his throat. But as soon as it happened, it was gone, and he was but a cold blur in the air again.
You can't. Nothing will ever help. You can't be here. Get out!
He started wailing again, weaved into sharp screams. He was now looking at her with wide eyes, his pupils morphed into vertical lines and his teeth pointed again. Turning towards her, he continued shrieking.
Get out! Get out! Get out!
Brianna Jones, the bravest ghost hunter out there, had never fled a house so quickly before. Notes. Wow, this was a lot longer than I thought it'd be. My last story only had half of this, so that's good. A few of the paragraphs are longer than I expected, but I don't think I'll go and edit them right now. Anywho, I hope you all take care of yourselves and have the nice rest of your life day night.
What?
Just day night. Have a nice rest of your life. I hope you die. I mean,
I'm moving on. Get on my level. I'm moving on.
we're doing 4
3,
now, which is
4.
a Spooktakular Adventure, snyfy,
Xander can't see it.
snyfy, fny, sny,
What do you see? You got it?
snurfler.
Yep, I
Okay.
can see. A Spooktakular Adventure.
There's 4. Logan, Roman, Paton, and Virgil are in a
Okay,
friendly
I'll play.
competition.
I'll be patting.
Okay, I'll play Virgil and Logan, I guess.
I guess I'm Roman. The
Who's
competition
narrating
is
this?
friendly, but the stakes are high. Loser has to buy everyone ice cream.
Oh, okay.
It's the summary. It's the end of the summary
Oh my
anyway.
god.
Okay.
You want to do it? You narrator?
That's Roman.
Are you narrator?
Yeah, sure.
Okay. Thank you all for gathering here tonight. I know it took a lot of courage to come. Let's get right down to business.
Roman bowed
To
dramatically,
defeat
and Logan
the
stifled with a
Huns.
snort. Shut up. A cool wind from the east started up as Roman began pulling various pieces of equipment out the back of the car, causing Logan to lean his shoulder into Virgil's for some warmth. That's kind of gay. How do we let them talk us into this again? How do we let them talk us into this again? He muttered out of the side of his mouth. Virgil shrugged. Patton's got those puppy dog eyes. I don't know. You know I can't refuse him. You know there are only 2 letters in the word no. Wait, okay, that is Virgil. I dare you to look Patton in the eye when he's got that expression and tell him no. Virgil crossed his arms. Besides, I didn't see you turning Roman down when he asked you to come. Besides, I didn't see you turning down Roman when he went down when he ran when.
The tables turn, tables.
Well, I didn't let him go in alone. Logan I can't read. Logan sighed and crossed his arms.
You want me to narrate?
Even if this is quite ridiculous. Yeah, sure. Okay, this is Roman, so this is you.
Me?
Yeah, that's you. That's you.
It's me anyway. Haha. Both teams will have until the morning to get decisive evidence of ghosts. Roman noticing their conversation. Roman, noticing their conversation, increased his volume. Thomas, is that John or Joan?
Joan.
Thomas, Joan, and Talon have thankfully agreed to help judge the evidence. Remember, we can't leave the building until sunrise, which is 4-ish hours, so we've got plenty of time to get some quality recordings.
I want Virgil on my team.
Patton slid off his perch on the hood of the car with a bright smile.
Virgil can fight off the scary ghosts.
Roman sputtered, affronted. I can protect you!
Nah, Virgil is mine. You can protect Logan for me.
Patton grinned cheerily. Roman glanced at Logan. Ugh, fine. I'll protect the Microsoft nerd.
What a wonderful boyfriend you are, my hero. Hero.
Logan said dryly. Roman didn't even seem to process the sarcasm of the remark, beaming grandly and said, So we shall proceed into the lair of the beast?
I think we shall. After all, we have a whole lot to do.
Patton scooped up his equipment and set off with Virgil towards the west wing of the abandoned hospital that Roman had picked out. Roman watched them go for a moment, then turned back to the table and set to work. Is that me? Yes. So yep. I was thinking you could hold the camera, and I'll hold the EMF meter and the thermometer? Roman handed the camcorder to Logan without pausing. Logan just rolled his eyes and took it, letting Roman organize as he wanted.
You know there's no hard scientific evidence to suggest the existence of the paranormal, correct?
Logan asked, flipping the side viewer open and checking the camera's battery and memory. It seemed satisfactory. The best evidence in court is circumstantial. Roman sighed deeply at him and started walking towards the east wing. Don't be such a doubter, Pocket Protector. We're gonna win this.
They're all?
Patton twirled the camera in his hand.
Anyone want to chat?
Virgil glanced at the EMF reader, still dark and motionless.
What exactly? Wait, I forgot my voice for.
Emo voice.
What exactly are we doing here? That's not that voice, but
Looking
I should
for
go with
here,
it.
you fool.
What exactly are we looking for here? That's more
There
like
you
it.
go. Patton spun to face him, walking backwards down the hallway now. He shrugged.
I just want to get to someone to say hello to me at this point. Supposedly,
I'll
the
see you in
priest
skies
wearing
of green.
was children's and maternal one. So maybe there'll be
Maternity?
some cute little kid ghosts. Killers!
Or dead moms.
Virgil wondered.
Aren't ghosts supposedly made from, like, violent deaths? That doesn't seem like something we'd want to run into.
Just because they die badly doesn't mean that they're bad people.
Patton glanced over Virgil's shoulder and frowned. Virgil resisted the urge to look behind him.
I don't think badly is a word. It is, actually. Virgil's kind of dumb.
I like to think that Patton's a little retarded.
Yeah, I like
retarded.
to think this as well. Okay, this is you again, Xander.
It can be a word. It can. If it wants to be a word, too.
Patton nodded absently and kept walking, his eyes still flicking over Virgil's shoulder every so often. Gritting his teeth, Virgil tightened his grip on the torch, then spun around abruptly, pointing the beam into the dark hallway behind him. He heard Patton suck in a breath at his sudden movement, but the hallway was empty. Or rather, almost empty. A single rubber ball rested against the door about 30 paces away, completely still. It looked like it had been red once, but age had blackened it. Virgil couldn't remember if it had been there before or not. The door next to it was opened, just slightly. Actually, all the doors on both sides of the hallway were cracked open a little. Virgil spun around. So were all the ones ahead of him. Had they always been like that? Someone touched his arm and the torch wavered. Then Patton pulled Virgil back to face him.
Hey, it's okay. It's okay. There's nothing there. It was just looking at a string on the hoodie.
It kind of sounds like drunk Kermit.
Yeah.
It's drunk Kermit. It's not
is what
Patton,
I'm going
it's drunk
for.
Kermit. Drunk Kermit said soothingly, gently guiding the white girl around to face the direction they'd been going.
So, Logan says ghosts are fake,
No,
right?
I'm not done yet. Shut up.
Oh.
I haven't gotten that far. Virgil knew he was lying. There were no loose strings on his hoodie. He was meticulous about clipping threads. Virgil let Patton slip an arm around his waist and started walking forward again. What?
Oh,
What?
oh, so Logan says ghosts are fake, right?
Patton started, trying to get Virgil to calm down.
Yeah.
Virgil shrugged.
There's no conclusive scientific evidence to support their existence.
What do you believe?
Patton was looking through the viewfinder down the hallway.
Well, like I said, there's no
Virgil started, only to be interrupted again by his boyfriend.
That's not what I asked. What do you think? Now what Logan's eyes.
Patton's thoughts started running small circles around the music phone, probably an attempt to distract him from the fact that they had slowed their walking speed so Patton could peer into a few of the rooms.
I'm not sure.
Virgil shrugged and gave Patton a small smile.
I guess it depends on how good the evidence we'll collect is. I'll keep it open in mind. I'll keep and open mind.
Oh man,
Oh,
typo.
God.
I'll keep an open mind.
Yep, everybody here is retarded.
Joke. It's joke.
Shut up, we're getting there.
Okay. Yeah, I know.
Patton beamed at him.
That's the spirit.
Virgil rolled his eyes.
Wink, wink. Nudge, nudge.
Patton. Patton.
Hey,
Do it.
Go.
you're lying. If we take a peek in one of these rooms?
Patton asked, scanning Virgil's face carefully. There was something jittery in Virgil's chest, but he didn't want to let Patton down.
Nah, let's take a look. Which one did you want to check out?
Patton slowed,
It's a tech.
looking around. Shut up. Pattern slowed, looking around. Virgin shone his torch around the hallway.
Just a different P and V word for every single name.
Following Patton's gaze. After a few turns, Patton suddenly stopped dead and looked at one door, just ahead of them to the left. Patton's hand gripped Virgil's wrist tightly, stopping him from moving the torch to directly shine on the door. Slowly, Patton brought the camera up to point at it, and Virgil held his breath. Very, very faintly, he heard it. The rhythmic groaning of springs, rusty sounding. Squeak.
Ew, somebody's fucking.
Squeak. 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 Silence. Carefully,
I
they
think we
approached
should
the-
get
Shut
that
up.
privacy.
Carefully, they approached the door. Virgil's boots seemed too loud in the hallway. The corner of the EMF meter dug into Virgil's hand.
That's you.
Hello? Someone in there? If you want to talk and not chat, that's your fucking. Just keep doing what you're doing.
Patton asked cautiously. Silence. The EMF meter spiked. Patton shuddered.
I'm not going to hurt you. I might join you. You don't need to be afraid of me.
Patton glanced back at Virgil.
My boyfriend is here with me. He won't hurt you. Either he might just fuck you.
Stop. But keep going, 'cause it's funny. Anyway.
The door creaked open, very, very slightly. Patton's finger fumbled blindly across Virgil's wrist for a moment before gently prying the torch from his hands. Patton turned the beam inside the room and they stepped inside. The room was dirty. A short window near the ceiling smashed in, leaving I'm skipping ahead, leaving littering leaves and broken glass and moonlight across the floor. Behind the door, a small rocking horse sat, still. The paint on the face was worn and faded. The walls were covered in cracked blue paint, swirls of graying clouds. A small bed sat askew in the corner, the mattress shredded by rodents. The EMF meter twitched.
My name is Patton. I'm a little retarded. This is Virgil. He is also retarded. Do
And
you
also
want
poor.
to tell us
To a
what your
lesser
name
degree.
and if you are retarded
Patton asked carefully.
and open to butt sex?
A breeze shifted the leaves on the windowsill, and Virgil thought he heard a child's laughter, like what I just fucking heard in the recording.
Nice.
Patton.
Last chance. If you would like to say hi or fuck my boyfriend.
Oh, I was looking at the wrong one.
Yes, you were.
If you want to communicate, please give us
That's a sign of some sort.
Patton shone the torch up at the ceiling, then back around to check each corner of the room. Nothing happened. With his heart still thudding in his ears, Virgil couldn't deny that he was the tiniest bit relieved when Patton motioned for them to leave the room. He carefully picked his way back out into the hallway, automatically scanning the dark for any sign of movement. Patton seemed disappointed. He turned back to look at the rocking horse still waiting in the room.
This is your last chance. If you would like to say anything to us, or maybe ride me.
He said in a whisper. Leaves rustled, slowly, horrifyingly. The rocking horse began to bob. Patton stepped forward, back into the room with a thrilled look on his face. The EMF meter suddenly buzzed in Virgil's hand, intense, and something cold gripped his chest. Virgil's hand shot out and he grabbed Patton's arm, yanking him back just as the door slammed shut.
Slam
Slam shut with the noise like a gunshot. Turning slowly, Virgil realized every door in the hallway had shut. The leaves rustled.
Slam shut like a noise like a gunshot. Haha. Okay, anyway.
Boom, boom.
Without stopping to think, Virgil swept Patton's knees out from under him, pulling him into his arms and started running like all of hell was after them.
Okay, should we read another one? This one seems
This one's
quite
actually not.
short.
Hang on, what's the word count for this?
I don't know.
Oh, that's not actually too long. We can finish this. It's not too long.
Alright.
Can we just read the next bit? Just the next part until the stopper?
The stoppy boy.
Yeah.
We can. We won't finish this, but we can.
Yeah.
Alright.
Oh, it's me.
It is you.
The East Wing was where they had all the emergency rooms and the regular checkout room, so normal patients were in this wing, but also probably a lot of violent deaths from the emergency rooms. Roman turned around to grin at Logan, or more accurately, the camera.
Right, okay. Right, and anything who dies violently becomes a ghost.
Logan snarked.
Roman, refrain from swatting that mosquito, please. It could be a ghost mosquito. Maybe it was killed violently by a nurse. We need to film it.
Roman rolled his eyes. I'll make a believer out of you yet. The hallways were dark and quiet. Random medical paraphernalia lying around from the time when it had actually been an operational hospital. The walls dripped with plaint.
Keep going.
I can read, I promise. I can
I don't
read.
think that's true.
You're the narrator of this one. Of course you can.
Black fuzzy lettering over the peeling blue wallpaper. There were some darker patches on the walls, spots that Roman made out to be blood with his enthusiastic narration. Realistically, Logan thought it was more likely that they were patches of mold. With a U.
Yeah, it's British. That's a British spelling.
The ceiling was cracked in places, he noted, especially around the air vents. There were places where the roof sagged and looked yellowed. Water damage. There was probably a healthy mosquito population in the building during the summer. Up ahead, there was a crash and a muffled curse as Roman tripped over what happened
What appeared.
to be an old IV rig. Loven stifled a chuckle as he jogged to catch up with his partner, lowering the camera for a second to offer a hand to Roman. Predictably, Roman didn't take it, and sprung up on his own instead, dusting off his pants as though nothing had happened. I am fine, despite the spirit's attempts to attack me, Roman said.
I am fine, despite the spirits. At me.
You fucking shut up,
Okay, keep going.
Roman said, his character voice slipping out as he pulled on a mask of feigned bravado. Thank you for your assistance, good sir, but I can take them on my own. Logan rolled his eyes so hard he gave himself a bit of a headache.
Apologies for my mistake, then. I assure you it will not happen again. Wink,
Apologies
wink,
accepted.
nudge.
Apologies accepted, Roman smiled and winked at Logan in an infuriating way that made him want to wipe the expression off Roman's face with either his fist or his mouth. That's pretty gay
What?
right there.
Yeah. This story is pretty freaking gay.
Logan settled for shaking his head instead. Anyway, let's keep moving, Roman said, running a hand through his hair. It was a nervous tic of his, but Logan chose to ignore it. He knew Roman well enough at this point to know he was nervous, but wouldn't appreciate it being pointed out, and he respected that.
Oh, that is me. Would you like to investigate one of the side rooms, perhaps?
Logan suggested. Roman's trademark grin came back quickly. Aha! Finally starting to believe I see! Yes, we can investigate one of the operation rooms! Roman spun in a circle in the hallway, his arm out like a pointer. When his momentum slowed to a stop, he walked towards the door his arm was pointed at. Roman opened the door of the room, revealing a dirty and graffitied space. A few loose pipes were piled in the corner, and there was a closet by the door. Another IV drip hovered beside the closet, and Logan only stopped himself from cracking a joke about it with great effort. Roman ushered Logan into the room with him, positioning him further away from the door. Roman opened the closet door slowly, keeping his torch trained on the area. Logan tossed his head in annoyance, taking a step back as he did. Ooh. The movement apparently made him kick a loose pipe that had been placed a little bit away from the others, sending it clattering back into the pile. Roman's head jerked with the noise, and Logan automatically turned to point his camera at it.
I want to say something.
That's me, but my voice hurts. Say it.
In my head canon, I want to call this story 4 Gay Retards Go Ghost Hunting.
4 gay. I'm gonna title this video, except I can't because I'll get demonetized.
I give no shits about that. Let's do it.
Do it.
Where am I?
Right.
There I am.
You
I got
can't
it.
see me.
Don't worry about it.
That sounds like a bad porn video. 4 gay
Just might
retards go ghost hunting.
It just might be. Logan, I fucking told you! Roman's hands were making the beam of light from the torch waver, and his eyes were wide. For a moment, Loman almost told Roman he'd kicked the pipe. Then he
That's
thought
the
better
ship
of it.
name. I'm sure it was just a coincidence.
He said, turning his face away from the light so Roman wouldn't see the smirk spreading across his face. Maybe he could have fun with this after all. After poking around the room some more, Roman waving the EMF meter and thermometer like batons, Roman finally gave up and left the room, heading back out into the hallway to continue his Ghostbusters theatrics. Logan hesitated in the room for a moment, hoping the camera would show his face.
This is going to get interesting.
He gave the camera a quick smirk, fully intending to make that the opening final. He put the camera down and joined Roman out in the hallway, nearly jogging to catch up with him.
I do that.
We
I
sprang
do things
everywhere
to
in
make them.
Phasmophobia.
Do you want to try looking in a different wing now?
Logan suggested, carefully keeping his face neutral. Yes, we should! Roman nodded, and they nodded. Who? And they started walking down the hall again, this time headed towards the center of the hospital with purpose. When they reached it, Logan took a moment to look up at the sky through the glass dome that topped the ceiling in the middle of the hospital. Suddenly, Roman's head jerked off to the side to stare down one of the dark hallways. His hand gripped Logan's elbow. Lo, do you hear that? He whispered, voice frantic. Logan frowned and cocked his head, straining his ears to hear past Roman's breathing. And hear it he did. Footsteps, starting out faint, but growing louder, rapid, as if something were running at them. He stared down into the darkness, waiting for forever it was.
It's a revenant.
Waiting for whatever it was to show itself. When two figures burst out of the shadows into the light of the torches, it took Logan a moment to recognize who they were. Virgil, running as quickly as he could with Patton in his arms, bridal style. Patton waved over Virgil's shoulder to them as they ran past without even slowing, right down another hallway.
Would you like to investigate that hallway that our friends just emerged from?
Logan asked, petting the hand.
Patting the hand.
Patting.
Patting the hand that Roman still had clenched in his arm.
Okay.
It's patented now.
Yeah, it's patent. He's patented by Virgil.
This story is so unrealistic. I mean, this is based on Phasmophobia. There's no fucking hospital map.
No, not yet, but there is one in the making.
Oh, there is one in
I
the
believe
making?
there's also an apartment building in the making, which I'm
That one
more
too.
excited for than
I
the
saw
hospital.
The official website. That's what they had.
That's cool.
Oh, okay.
So
Well,
are we stopping
thanks.
permanently? Never
Yeah, I gotta sleep.
Yeah, we're never coming back.
No, we're coming. We're definitely coming back to this.
Oh, we're coming back to the Kermit, gay Kermit retard band.
Well, not this story specifically. We might come back to the story. We may or may not come back to the story.
I wrote down
All right.
our stopping point, because this is the third one, right? This third squiggle.
Yeah, we just finished reading the third section, third page, I guess is what they're called.
Sure.
Okay, so we did 4 and 5. So we gotta do 2 others. No, not 2 others. We can do 2 others later, and then we could record in 2s, is basically what I'm saying.
All right.
This is gonna take forever, but okay. Fanfics. What should I call it?
Call it the Burning Ghost Dumpster.
I called it Fancast because that makes sense to me. It's like fan fiction podcast sort of thing.
Yeah, but that's for the podcast. She's asking what to name the folder that she's saving all the fan fictions in.
Okay.
I would call this one
Season 1.
Oh,
Phasmo.
That's not bad.